Hi, this is Sensible Bobby, budget coach and host of the Sensible Chat podcast. Welcome to Budget Bites. Today, we're going to talk about budgeting for the holiday season. We are less than 6 months away, and no matter how many years we've gone through the holiday season, it just seems to creep up on us every year. So here are some tips that you can use to create a budget now that might help things be a little less stressful during the holidays. And I'm going to share a spreadsheet with you that I found through Microsoft Office, and I'm going to put a link to this on my website at CentsAbleChat.com so you can download it and use it yourself if you'd like to. But as you can see, you've got gifts, packaging, travel, holiday meals, entertainment, miscellaneous. There are so many moving parts to the holidays, it can be pretty overwhelming. But since not everybody does all of these things during the holidays, we're just going to stick with gifts today because across the board, that is the most common. No matter who you are, you're probably going to buy some holiday gifts, okay? Now, I have 3 ways that you can create a budget for your gift giving. But all of them revolve around having a list of the people that you're going to buy gifts for. So let's do that first. And you can see that I've already typed in here spouse, mom, dad, friend, child, coworker. Just make a list of everybody that you want to buy gifts for. That's number 1. Okay? Once you have that list done, then we can move on to the different methods. And method number 1 is the simple method. I love this method because I'm a huge fan of simplicity. All you do is establish $1 amount for each adult and $1 amount for each child. Okay? So let's say my dollar amount for adults is $50 and my dollar amount for children is $25. Okay. I'm going to count up how many adults I have on my list. And I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 adults on my list. So 5 times 50, because that's how much I said I was going to spend on each adult, is $250. Now, I have 1 child on my list, and we decided that I was going to spend $25 on each child. So I'm going to add $25. Okay, so that means that I have a total gift budget of $275. That's what I need by Christmas in order to spend what I want to spend on Christmas gifts. Now, I have 5 months to save, so I'm going to divide 275 by 5, and that gives me $55. That's the amount I need to save every month in order to have enough money by Christmas. Pretty simple, right? Okay. But let's say that instead you want to have a dollar amount for each individual person because your spouse, you're going to want to spend more on them than you are on a coworker and so on. So we're going to go ahead and just type in the amount that you want to spend on each person on your list. So let's say you want to spend $100 on your spouse and $50 on mom, $40 on dad, and $20 on the friend. And you can keep going as long as you need to, obviously. But as you can see down here at the bottom, that gives you a total budget amount that you need. And here it's $210. So in this case, I need to save $210 by December. And since, again, I have 5 months, I'm going to divide that number by 5. And that gives me $42 a month that I need to save in order to hit my holiday gift budget. And so then the third way that you can go is, let's say that you have a dollar amount in your mind that you want to spend for gifts across the board. We're not going to talk about anybody individually. You just have, let's say, $600 in your mind that you want to spend for Christmas. Okay? Now, how much does that give you per person? Well, then you can take $600 and you can divide by the amount of people on your list. I have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 people on my list. So if I divide that by 600, I'm going to get $100. That's how much I would be able to spend on each person on my list. Now, is that enough for you? If you're comfortable with that, great. If not, you can play around with the numbers until you feel comfortable. So let's say that $600 is the amount that I'm comfortable with. And now, again, I have 5 months to save. So I'm going to divide that by 5, and I get $120 that I need to save every month between now and Christmas for my holiday gift budget. And so any way that you decide to do this, it would behoove you to put the dollar amount for each person into the budget section of this spreadsheet, even if the dollar amount is the same for each person. Because then as you go along and buy the gifts, you can type in the actual amount that you spent in this column. And so let's say that I budgeted $100 for my spouse, but I only ended up spending $90. Okay? That's going to give me a difference of $10. So that means that I have $10 extra that I can spend on somebody else who maybe I budgeted less for, but I want to now spend a little bit more since I have it. And you can keep going down the list of that with this. If you spend a little too much on one person, you'll know that right away, and then you can adjust, maybe spend a little less on another person until you round out your budget. But any way you decide to go on this, it is going to be pretty tough to establish what your Christmas budget is going to be if you don't have a household budget, because then how do you know how much you can afford to save each month? So the first thing to do is to create that household budget. And if you need help with that, I am offering my budget services for free for a limited time for a limited number of clients. And if you've already established your household budget, but you just want help with your holiday budget, maybe you want to go further than the gifts, you want to go into all the different areas, miscellaneous, travel, all of those different things, and you need help with that, call me and get in touch with me for that also. I'll be happy to help. And again, those services are free for a limited time for a limited number of clients. You can email me, Bobbi, B-O-B-B-I, at CentsAbleChat.com, or just go to CentsAbleChat.com and check the contacts page for all the different ways to get in touch with me. Thank you so much for spending some time with me today. I really hope that this helped you, and I hope you'll join me on the next edition of Budget Bites.